Now, exciting scenes from Casablanca in Morocco, where we had the semi-finals of the ongoing Women African Cup of Nations between Nigeria, the Super Falcons, and the Lionesses of Cameroon. Mari, well, despite the uncertainties, despite the aspersions cast as to whether or not the Super Falcons still possess the quality to go up and pass a very stubborn Lionesses side, Rashida Ajibadi's goal in the 56 minutes settled the discussion, and Nigeria are now through to the semi-finals of this year's competition, where they've got a chance of defending the title they won last time out, and beyond that have qualified for the World Cup next year in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, of course, right. You know, you can see I'm smiling because I'm happy. You know, after the game against South Africa, you know, there were major doubts as to how far these girls can go in the competition. I mean, with the fact that there's been so much quality in the WAFCON, we're talking about the Moroccans, you know, the Zambians, you're talking South Africa, but they showed class yesterday. Cameroon, of course, no mean opponent. You know, they faced, you know, the Cameroonians over 4 times and they've been victorious. So there was so much doubt about this particular edition because of the quality that we've seen in the WAFCON so far. The girls showed class, and then they did just the job, the needed job to do, you know, to see off this particular game. And Bright kudos to Randy Wardrum, some tactical masterclass in this particular game. I mean, after the girls scored the goal, he made sure that he packs the boss. He played Tico Moreno, made sure that he kept the Cameroonians at bay. And that form is brilliant.
Let's talk about, you know, some, you know, key figures in the game now. Before the clash, we talked about the midfield battle and how crucial it would be, the midfield conundrum, and what best would be. And it almost seemed like Randy Wardrum was listening, because the midfield was quite solid.
Absolutely.
You know, the Cameroonians were reduced to have chances. You know, Jara and Chuck and the rest of them, you know, were always second feed all through that particular encounter. We talked about space and affording the Cameroon space and how dangerous that could be. Here, everyone stuck to the game plan and delivered it to perfection.
Yeah, of course, right. You know, a 4-3-1-2 formation. He made sure that he put a lot of bodies in that midfield, you know, just to dispossess the Cameroonians as much as possible, and that worked for them. And kudos to the girls as well. You know, they stuck to the instructions. You know, they made sure that they played to, you know, the directives of Coach Randy Wardrum. And after the goal, it was clearly about trying to pack the balls, hold their own, and then they kept it. Kudos to the defense of Onomebe has been fantastic.
Actually, came in
experience. You know, she came in, and then we're talking. Ashley Plumter played at left back yesterday, but of course put up a fine shift, if you'd ask me. And then you know, that midfield, you know, Christine Cheibe, we're talking. Halimatu Ayinde, who stuck at that number 4 position, unmovable. She was just there, made sure that the Cameroonians did nothing and nothing at all in that particular game. Yesterday, kudos to Rashida Ajibade, 3 goals to assists in 4 games so far for her. Of course, she for me is a standout performer for the Super Falcons.
Yeah, and now, of course, you know, beyond just for the Super Falcons, she's one of the, you know, best performers, you know, biggest performers in this particular tournament in its entirety. But you know, that took a whole lot in terms of energy, and of course, you could see. You know, the reaction of the ladies at full time here was an energy sapping game, was quite intense. How do we relax and refresh for Morocco?
Right, they will. They will. I think.
Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah, the man, Fecafoot president, had to come around and cheer the girls.
Yeah.
And his presence was not enough. Yeah. So, right, talking about the girls, I think, you know, this win is not just a hard-fought win, but a more boosting win. You know, because they'll see themselves as winners. If they could see off, you know, the Cameroonians, then the Moroccans would not be so difficult. Yeah, Falode was there as well to cheer the girls. I saw videos yesterday where she was dancing with them and all in the dressing room. It was good. It was good energy heading into the Morocco game, because it will be one step at a time. But I think, you know, 2 things I took as positives from this game. First off, the Randy Wardrum, I think, has got some tactical, you know, acumen, you know, in his disposal. He did a lot, you know, in yesterday's game. And secondly, I think, you know, the girls.
Was that ever in doubt?
Well, right, you know, after the South Africa game where he made late substitutions, you know, and then I think, you know, in my perspective, you know, the starting lineup was not as good as it should be. There were doubts as to if he understood the abilities of each player in the squad.
You know, Randy Wardrum, you know, has talked about the fact that it's a competition, and you know, the girls would improve as the competition progresses, and you know, it looks like clearly he's been vindicated. That's
the truth, right? You know, that's the story, and I'm particularly excited that he's been able to exonerate himself from the backlash, because, you know, as I told you yesterday, the standard, of course, is the fact that they should at least win this tournament. I mean, we've won it for 9 times, and of course, the standard should be at least reach the final. They've qualified for the World Cup, which for me is a major booster for them. But of course, you know, going on out to win the tournament and prove yourself as Africa's best women's team should be the goal from here. Kudos to them, kudos to Around the World Drum and the coaching crew. Looking forward to the Morocco game, and for me, it will be the most exciting game the girls have played so far.